So basically, what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to freestyle. I ain't put no name, no nothing on there. Um, I'm just gonna freestyle the rest of this one. The one that I was doing before this one. So just gonna freestyle, elephant in the room style, like.
The producer and sound engineer who says that he had been working with Lil Durk since 2021. And in his statement, he writes, on January 25th, 2022, I had a recording session with Mr. Banks where we recorded the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, which at the time we called Too Toxic. I loaded the song up around 5:39 p.m. Mr. Banks then wrote the verse right there in the studio, and we recorded the song and finished in less than an hour. Once we recorded the song, I bounced out a rough draft, saved a copy Babyface featuring Lil Durk at 6:33 p.m. After that, we continued with the rest of the session. And now remember, the shooting at the California gas station happened months later on August 19, 2022. So the motion includes a second sworn statement, this one from a music producer and audio. He says, I received Dirk Banks' verse and lyrics for Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy from Justin Gibson on July 22nd, 2022, so a month before. After July 22nd, 2022, I received no other additional lyrics or modifications to the original lyrics from Dirk or anyone in Dirk's camp. And Sheriff then talks about the apparent edits to the song, which includes Quando Rondo screaming, no, no. I have reviewed certain YouTube links concerning the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy as a producer and audio engineer who worked on Wonderful that the audio and video clips feature.
So so I was wrong. They wasn't, they didn't, hold on, so what they saying is that the song was done 7 months earlier. When the song dropped, it didn't have anything about, they didn't put the stuff with, but now we looking at it like, shit. They saying that the fans put that shit on there. So, wow.
News actually.
I just said that shit earlier though. I was like, shit, this man about to go to lyrics. If they're able to having anything to do with the people who went to California and went back to Chicago, like if he got anything to do with the flights, and they say they have a text message saying that don't book anything under the company's name or under my name.
From the artist. That's one of the big points that they're making here, is that there were things that were edited later, and that's why it's so much more important for us to understand was to the grand jury, because demonstrably we could actually probably show that this is something that came from a fan's edit as opposed to what Lil Durk actually did in the studio. So yeah, so there's another reason there that this.
I will tell you, I mean, today's day and age, it's hard to know what's authentic. I see a movie trailer, look at a fan page.
Yeah, so they're basically saying that the rap lyric part, that they might not be able to prove that. But if he mess up in any other ways, you know, like as far as supplying flights to California back to Chicago, he might be convicted.
AI? Oh my gosh. You think this is the end of the problem? The conclusion of this filing, the defense says, a prosecutor who knowingly secures an indictment based upon false information or who allows a falsely obtained indictment to persist routs the grand jury from its central protective function. That is clearly what happened here. For the foregoing reasons, the court should dismiss the superseding indictment against Mr. Banks. In the alternative, the court should compel disclosure of the relevant underlying grand jury proceedings. Joe, how's this going to shake out? Do you think the court is going to agree, dismiss the indictment? Could they refile it without the lyrics?
That's the best
do you think the prosecution's going to fight back at it? Because I'll tell you, at last check, we checked the federal court records.
That's the best you could do.
And as of this recording on Tuesday morning, neither the judge nor the prosecution has responded to this motion to dismiss. So how's this going to all shake out in the end?
I would think that the defense is going to get one or the other. One being either dismissal of the indictment or a compelling of a review of the transcript so that they can know. I mean, they've got some pretty good notions. Those declarations under penalty of perjury, of course, would tend to suggest very strongly that what came out and what they are using is not, it happened, was done many months prior to the actual killing, and that it might be even in a different form what Lil Durk actually did versus what was actually released and possibly used. Under those circumstances,
sidebar line crime. That's what I'm just watching. You about to get in and get some more stuff. Terrence Crawford. They got Terrence Crawford and Uncle Shay Shay. They about to do an interview, y'all. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I need to do the Big U thing. I need to do that one more time. Cause like it ain't really hit. It's man. Oh damn, they got a Diddy one from yesterday. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Oh, here go the Big U one right here. Y'all hit the like button. Anybody in here hit the like button?
I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all.
Big U, he turned himself into federal custody from embezzlement to fraud to extortion to robbery, as well as violating the Federal RICO Act. But that's not all. His indictment public, he appeared like an OG who just wanted to do good. But according to the feds, I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. On his charges, he's not facing light time. He's facing life. On the story, we have little info about the man he's accused of murdering beyond an inspiring rap artist signed to this label. Now we've learned the victim we previously trial could soon begin as early as next month. According to his federal indictment, Big U ran a criminal enterprise that they call the Big U Enterprise. Court documents say the Big U Enterprise is a mafia-like organization that utilizes Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals in Los Angeles. Federal prosecutors claim Big U is known and regarded as a leader within the Rolling.
I gotta check in, my nigga.
His rep as an enforcer. So what do the feds have on it? According to the indictment, agents have confidential human sources, wiretaps, search warrants for social media, iCloud, Google accounts, financial records from individuals and companies or organizations, toll records showing communications between conspirators, victims, and Big U Enterprise members and associates, cell phone records, records from the city of Los Angeles, interviews from witnesses, and victims. Now, essentially, they claim to have a lot on it, especially since the investigation launched in 2021. But here's what else we've learned since the last reporting of this story. So in addition to embezzlement, wire fraud, and all that, Big U was accused of murdering one of his rap artists in a Vegas desert in January of 2021. Now, previously, we only knew the victim as RW because that's what the indictment says. But now we know the victim's name, Rayshawn Williams. Now, prior to him being a rapper, he was a football player for Crenshaw High. The team even posting a remembrance to him on their Instagram page, writing in part, quote, "He was a very special guy to all of us here at Crenshaw. We hope that you pray and continue to pray for the family and hope that everything goes well along with them. But it's how Rayshawn died that's horrifying. Now, according to the indictment, Big U allegedly murdered Rayshawn by shooting him multiple times, then foreshadowing his own death. Now, the indictment says, quote, RW was dissing Henley, referring to Henley as the bro that makes some money, and that RW may get shot in the face for thinking his lackadaisical use of the studio and general representation of unique music is funny. Now, just 5 days later, after laying that track down, Rayshawn was shot in the face with a revolver that left no shell casings. But it's unclear if Big U heard the lyrics prior to the murder. But according to the internet gossip and rumors that are swirling around, others have suggested other reasons for why Rayshawn was murdered, like Wack 100 alleging Rayshawn and Big U's son were in a relationship and Big U didn't like that. Now, nowhere in the indictment does it claim that happened. But Wack 100 and Big U hate each other, so who knows? It might be Wack trying to get
Wack, they say Wack. I'm surprised they even put what Wack said in this damn thing. Because what Wack be saying be some... Bro, it'd be some subpar, bro.
Travel to LA if you wanted protection. Ironic enough, his podcast is called Checkin' In. He even made note of how to do it in the theme song. When you hop off a plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Because if not, it's hot. You better check in. And checking in isn't just sending a text message to Big U saying, hey, I'm in Los Angeles. You gotta pay him. And he's got to sign off on it if you want to conduct certain activities. Now, Big U has pretty much been a guest on every hip-hop and rap podcast you can imagine, and the feds were watching. Now, they cited in the Hip Hop Uncovered documentary that Big U stated, if you don't pick up the phone, that can mean death for somebody. And the Nothing to Something podcast, he said, you don't check in. You could choose not to, and it's going to be a problem. If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequence.
See, that right there, that's what really messed Big U up on everything. Like, if he wasn't, talking, see, this is why I keep telling y'all, folks, bro, you can't keep talking on the internet, bro. Everything ain't for everybody to hear and know, bro. Don't everybody need to know your business. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, they ain't gonna do nothing but take that shit and use it against you, bro. Like, that's stupid.
Now, an example they use of the so-called consequence.
All the shit he said, they gonna talk about Quando Wanda right now. All the shit he said, bro.